So have you ever had have to had surgery before? I don't know if you can see here, but a little bit swollen still. Had some wisdom teeth taken out a few days ago. Uh, he had to kind of, they were all out, erupted, but he had to drill into the bone. How many people get their wisdom teeth taken out when they're 52? Crazy. I probably should have had it done a while ago, but anyway, yeah. So very interesting. That was, I decided I didn't want to be awake during him tearing and ripping out those four teeth. And so he sedated me and he hooked me up to this IV, stuck it in the arm here. And I think he had some port or something in that tubing that he was able to put a syringe. So I was laying there. He's like, put this syringe into this port that was hooked up to the IV, and he pumped that in and didn't really feel anything. Like, huh, that's interesting. I don't really feel much. And then he did a second one. He's like, you're gonna feel a little bit strange. That was never had any experience like that. Never had any experience with drugs before. So it was very strange. It's like my thoughts, my consciousness was uh, changing. What I was conscious or aware of. It was like I was having kind of a Matrix almost kind of moment where you took the red pill and you got to see what the curtains were rolled back. Trying to describe, those people of you that have been stated or had surgery maybe already know what this feels like. But my son is he's a welder and he works on some of these big builders, putting the steel structures together and welding and putting things together. And then after that, people come in and they put all the facade on and all the structure outside that. But this experience was like all of that exterior fake stuff had been removed, and the only thing that was left was this still structure of the building. And the first thought I had, and it wasn't even a thought, it was just a knowledge that I knew that this experience, this life that we are having, is a test, is a test to see, what kind of person we're going to be in difficult situations. God has placed us on this earth to prove to ourselves and to Him the kind of people that we are going to be. Are we going to be the type of man or woman that goes around looking for opportunities to take advantage of people, you know, financially, emotionally take advantage, sexually take advantage of people, where you're only in it for that minute or moment of pleasure. You're only in it for what advantage that they can give to you. All those decisions you make, they all matter. All of the thoughts that you have, they all matter. All of the intentions that you have and desires you have, they all matter. He wants to see if we're, an honest type of businessman. I had an individual that I knew many years ago. So I was working in banking, he had an account, and he said to me one day, hey, I work at the furniture store. Come over to the furniture store, while we're open, pick out a nice leather set, maybe pick out a sectional, pick out a bedroom set. And then, I've got a key to the warehouse. Come over after the business is closed and we'll load it up for you. Give me $1,000. I said, what are you talking about? That's not right. They're like, well, yeah, you know, my employer decided not to pick up insurance, or they don't have health insurance for us. My wife's pregnant. We're going to have to pay at least $5,000 in medical bills. So, it's my right to do this. I'm going to get even. I'm going to get even with these people, get my money out of them. So anyway, God is watching, the decisions that we make. How do we react in highly emotional situations? Do we act logical and reasonable, or emotionally and irrationally? How do we react? Um, how do you react, when your kids are constantly taking emotional withdrawals? Or your husband, if you're the wife, is being difficult. How do we react? Um, Do we show love and concern and care for those people that don't give us that stuff back? Uh, there was another situation that I had that I thought was very interesting. I knew a guy that was a friend at a previous job that he said he came home from work one day and the authorities said that his water was not safe to drink. They had to boil the water or they had to drink bottled water. So the first thing he did, he said he had enough water, but first thing he did, he went down to Home Depot to buy some water. And he said they had pallets of water. And within just a few minutes, all of this water was gone. There was a mob of people there to buy water. And he said there was one guy there that almost was becoming physically violent to fight over this last remaining case of water. He said it was totally ridiculous. If we remove surplus from the system, if people have this perception that there's not enough to go around, people go absolutely bat crazy. Um, so are you going to be one of those people that would kill your neighbor over some water? Or are you going to be the type of person that's going to say, hey, let's think about this logically. I've got a bunch of piping, I've got a bunch of shovels, I've got a backyard, you know, let's see what we can do about drilling for a well. Or we've got a swimming pool full of water. Let's think about how we can remove the chlorine and use that water. Do we become emotional during traumatic events, or do we stay logical and help people? This life is a test. God is watching. Can he give you more than what you had? Or does he have to take away what you have because you can't be trusted to make the best decisions in all situations? I hope that we all make the best decision in all situations and pass the test.